Hey, what's up? It's Radio Engineer here, and in this video I wanted to get a little bit sciencey. Lately there's been a lot of skepticism behind the new 5G technology and its effects on health. So I decided to do a little video, in-depth video discussing the science behind 5G technology and whether it is impactful or not on our health. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So 5G technology works by transmitting electromagnetic waves through the air and to our devices, where our devices receives those electromagnetic waves and interprets the information. Electromagnetic waves are all around us though, not just from 5G. In fact, every living organism emits electromagnetic waves in the form of infrared light. The sun emits a wide spectrum of EM waves. 99% of it is visible light, ultraviolet light, and infrared light. Electromagnetic waves are categorized by their frequencies or by their wavelengths as shown here. Light we can actually see has a wavelength of about 400 to 700 nanometers as seen here. Current 4G LTE technology ranges from frequencies of about 750 megahertz on the lower end to about 2150 megahertz on the higher end, with wavelengths of about 40 centimeters to 14 centimeters respectively. 5G technology operates with a frequency of about 300 megahertz up to 3 gigahertz on the higher end. You'd be getting wavelengths in the order of tens of millimeters, which is where the term millimeter wave technology came from. Notice that the higher the frequency of the waves, the shorter the wavelength becomes. That's because the wavelength of a wave is inversely proportional to the frequency of the wave according to this equation, where gamma is the wavelength and v is the speed of light, because all electromagnetic waves travel at the speed of light. Now, when does this stuff actually start to become dangerous? If we take a look at the electromagnetic spectrum, we can see that it can be broken up into two sections, that being the non-ionizing and the ionizing EM wave. Ionizing EM waves have enough energy to knock electrons off atoms, which causes them to become ions, hence the term ionizing. This is where things start to become problematic for living organisms. If you're being bombarded by ionizing waves, it's going to damage the very building blocks of our cells and DNA, hence causing cancer and other illnesses. Take a look at this chart. It can be seen that ultraviolet light and going up is ionizing. The US FCC defines ionizing radiation as that with a photo energy of 10 electron volts. Electron volts is a measure of the energy in EM waves. Ultraviolet light has approximately 10 electron volts of energy, with a corresponding wavelength of about 124 nanometers. This is roughly enough energy to knock electrons off an essential element such as oxygen. You can calculate the energy an EM wave has using this formula, where the amount of energy an EM wave has is inversely proportional to its wavelength, meaning that the shorter the wavelength is, the more energy it has. But what does this all mean? The highest energy from current millimeter wave technology is about 1.2 milli electron volts. The ionization energy of carbon, that being the amount of energy needed to knock electrons off carbon, is 11.3 electron volts and around 10 for oxygen. It means that 5G millimeter wave technology has 10,000 times less energy needed to cause serious harm to living organisms. So long story short, I'd be more worried standing out in the sun unprotected for long periods of time than standing next to a 5G tower. I am also an engineering student, so I have a deeper understanding of how electromagnetic waves work. So I wanted to impart my knowledge and understanding to those of you that are still skeptical of the 5G technology. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and on Facebook. I will link those in the description down below. I'm also a photographer and videographer, so I post content relating to that subject as well. I make lit content, so be sure to follow me on my social media pages. Anyway, that's it guys. Thank you so much for watching. Are you kidding me?
I'm looking for Aries.
Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!